are you today? As you know, I love books, I love good stories, and I love sharing them with you. And I had a request today from my friend Maddox, who wanted to hear a story on space. So Maddox, this is my favorite story on space. I hope you all like it as much as I do. It's called Mousetronaut. And it is written by Astronaut Mark Kelly, and it's illustrated by C.F. Payne. And the fun thing is that this is a partially true story. And I'll tell you why at the end. Okay, here goes. The space shuttle is set up for a launch, and the astronauts are all doing their last-minute training to prepare for the mission. NASA is sending along some special guests for this flight, and they're training too. One mouse is smaller than all the rest. His name is Meteor. The other mice know he won't be chosen for this important mission, but someone has his eye on Meteor, and he's impressed with the little mouse's hard work. Look at him working so hard. The shuttle commander announces that 6 mice will be selected for the flight. He picks 5 of the biggest, strongest mice. But for the 6th spot, to everyone's surprise, he chooses Meteor. He does look surprised. All 6 are taken to their new home, a special cage called the Mouse Hotel. The other mice are nervous as the countdown begins, but not Meteor. Here's the countdown. 10, 9, 8, say it with me, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What happens? Lift off! At first, the mice are pressed flat against their cages by the power of the launch. But then the pressure goes away. The other mice cling to their cages in terror, but not Meteor. He loves the feeling of weightlessness. Hey, little guy, the commander says, you're a natural, a real live Mousetronaut. Meteor is taken from his cage and gets a tour of the shuttle. He can even see the Earth way off in the distance. See that? The astronauts are all very busy during their 14-day flight. There are spacewalks to take and experiments to conduct. But what can Meteor do to help? Then, while answering emails, one of the astronauts notices the key to the control panel stuck between the monitors. When he tries to get it out, it accidentally gets wedged further down. Uh-oh. This isn't good, said the commander. We need that key back. One astronaut tries to move the monitor. It doesn't budge. Another slips her fingers into the crack, but the key is stuck down too deep. One even tries pushing it out with a long piece of metal. It's a good idea. But with no luck, no one can reach it. The astronauts are getting worried. But as they discuss the problem, a tiny figure has an idea. Being the smallest isn't a bad thing, Meteor says to himself. Maybe I can be useful on this flight. Meteor squeezes into the crack. See him there, so tiny. The space is dark and cramped, but Meteor spots the key. There it is. You see it there? And tugs at it with all his might. Hey, look what our tiny friend has done, the commander says. He saved the mission. When the shuttle returns to Earth, Meteor is declared a hero. He's even given a brand new uniform and an official title, Mousetronaut. All the astronauts cheer and applaud, but Meteor is already thinking about his next big mission. And that is the story of Mousetronaut. But in the back of the book, there's all this information about the space shuttle and space flights. So good. But one thing I wanted to share with you, Astronaut Mark Kelly says, I flew with mice during my first flight on the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Just as NASA takes care of its human astronauts, animals are treated with consideration for their needs. Special cages were constructed with mesh that the mice could grip with their toes. Pressurized water containers and compressed food were installed, and a waste containment system was created to keep things clean. During my first flight in 2001, there were 18 mice on board. All of them, with the exception of one, clung to the inside of the mesh the entire mission. One mouse, smaller than the rest, seemed to enjoy the experience and effortlessly floated around the cage. The story of Mousetronaut is inspired by that mission. We all watched him as he enjoyed the feeling of being weightless. I started to think about that mouse and what it would be like to have him as part of our crew. The real mouse stayed in the research cage through the mission, but he is what I base this story on. That experience is the partially true part of this story. So I hope you liked this story as much as I do, and I hope you all are having a good day. See you soon, friends.